we're going to be unboxing 3 more kits, including the very rare Black Stalker. Here are 3 kits that are not new. They are like classic kits. So I think the most recent one that I have here, well, let me see. The most recent one might be in here, right? But I think this might be a reissue also. This is one that a lot of people love. This is the DCR02. Yeah, the yellow one. Very, very cool. So yeah, let's take a look at it. We'll unbox these one by one. And yeah, we've got this on hand, the DCR02, the yellow one. We've got this, the Neo VQS 2021 Asia Special, Asia Challenge Special, and the Black Stalker. Yeah, very, very cool. So I just got this from Japan because it's actually hard to find this here in the States. You might find some on eBay, but it's very, very difficult, and so it's easier to find them in Japan. So here, DCR02, let's see what's inside the box. So inside, whoa, now let me just take this off here. You can actually also see some of the work that I've been doing the past month too. I've been going to the, well, not the gym, but I've been doing SoulCycle a lot. So I did my 25 rides in 30 days. Pretty darn cool. So I'm up to my 30th ride now. Very, very cool. And so yeah, you get like some pretty solid toned muscles with SoulCycle. It's pretty darn cool. So here we have an MA chassis, the DCR02, and what do you get? You have these palm parts right here and ABS plastic parts. And so here's the cowl of our DCR02. Very, very cool. And here we have, ooh, these dark gray wheels. So here, let's take a look at exactly what these wheels are. So it says right here, let's see, 3-part body features front cowl, rear wing parts, which can be mixed and matched with components from the separately sold DCR01 or color variations. So if you take a look at this, this tells it all. DCR02 and DCR01 interchangeable parts. Very, very cool. So on here, yeah, very, very cool. And there's a secret thing about this that you can use to your advantage in box stock, but you probably shouldn't be using it in box stock. So you'll find out what that is once you purchase this kit and you play around with it for a little bit. So you'll see. It's pretty darn cool. So yeah, let's just put it this way. It'll keep the car on the track a little bit better than if it weren't there. So yeah, very, very cool. So let's see. We have here body designed by Takayuki Yamazaki of PDC Design Works. Very, very cool. So yes, this is a PDC Design Works car. ABS resin chassis, gunmetal. So let's take a look at the chassis here. This is gunmetal. A lot of you like gunmetal ABS chassis. Yeah, very, very cool. Small diameter, low profile tires in black. So these are nothing special. They're not super hard. In fact, they're just like normal tires. They're kind of squishy. Yeah, and then they have Y-spoke wheels in gunmetal, same color as the chassis itself. We have here a bag of 3.5 to 1 gears, the pink and yellow. As you see here, we have here what appears to be an SMC motor with the two slats on the back right there. And yeah, and the typical parts here, the blue grease thing that nobody ever uses, and 2 hopefully straight shafts. Yeah, because this is a PDC Design Works kit, one would think that because it's a specialty kit that they would give you like more higher quality parts in there. So I don't know if that's the case, but we're going to find out when we build this. Yeah, so this one here says it's made in the Philippines. So the ones that are made in Japan, some of you know this, that the made in Japan kits are typically higher quality than the made in Philippines kits. Nothing against made in Philippines kits, but it's like a hit or miss sometimes, where sometimes you get straight shafts and sometimes you get shafts that are slightly bent. And yeah, when you have bent shafts, that's not cool. You don't want to use bent shafts in your box stock kits. If you want to get the fastest car possible right out of the box, you have to have straight shafts. And so, yeah, I've discovered over time that about more than half of the shafts that come out of made in Philippines cars are typically not straight. You'll be lucky if you get straight shafts in your made in Philippines kits, unfortunately. So yeah, pretty darn cool. This is a cool kit. Oh, and the sticker sheet. We can't forget the sticker sheet, right? See this metallic foil-like sticker sheet? Yeah, so very, very cool. And I think This part here, the green part for this, the cowl right here, that's pretty cool. I like that. Although you can paint this yourself. If you had some spray paint, you can paint this, and then you won't have to deal with like messy stickers and stuff. Adhering stickers is not my favorite thing to do. I'd rather paint a cowl than to apply stickers to it. And you'll see, much of what you see on my boxes here, my pit box, these are just the little stickers that you would get normally in a kit, right? So instead of using them on the car itself, I just put the stickers here on the various boxes that I have, the various pit box covers. Yeah, very, very cool. So that's the DCR-02. Very, very cool kit, and I'm looking forward to building it. And yeah, my son built one, and his won races, and that was very, very cool. So let's put this aside. Let's take a look at our next kit, the Neo VQS Asia Challenge 2021. Yeah, special. Very, very cool. So this one here is, I think it's a VZ chassis. Yes, a VZ chassis. And it says here, this special model commemorates the Mini 4-Wheel Drive Asia Challenge 2021. The stylish body is molded in clear blue ABS. The model is based upon the compact, lightweight VZ chassis coordinated in pastel blue and white. Yes, very cool. Carbon reinforced black wheels, yes, are paired with low friction maroon tires. Yes. And let's see. Metallic stickers are specifically designed for this car. Includes a motor, easy snap together assembly, and no cement required. So yes, very, very cool. Let's open this up and see what's inside. Okay, very cool. So here are the carbon black wheels. Yes, as you see, the rear ones are wider than the front ones. So some of you may like that, some of you may not. That's just how it is in this particular kit. So yeah, you get carbon wheels like this. And here are the low friction tires. As you see, there's no printing on either side of them. So these are just basic low friction or low frix tires. Very cool. And so here is the smoke blue body. Yes. Very, very cool. Translucent blue body. A lot of cool cars come with translucent bodies like smoke black and smoke blue. Here is a light blue chassis. If you've seen, I think the Penguin Racer might have this also. The Penguin Animal Racer. Yeah, very cool. And then there's the white ABS parts. Yeah, very cool. Is this ABS? Yeah. So it's a shame that this part isn't palm, right? But a lot of people there, they defend the ABS parts for these rollers here. Yeah. So here are the palm parts right here. So the palm parts, the important parts of the car are palmed, like where the shafts go through, these little eyelet hole things. So you pop these into the chassis itself and here, and then you run the shaft through and it becomes slippery fast. Yeah, very cool. And we have here, what kind of motor is this? This is just an SMC motor. You see the two slats there. We've got two shafts here. We've got this 3.5 to 1 gear ratio. It's a light blue mixed with this yellow. So it's 3.5 to 1 gear ratio. And metallic stickers, very cool. Red, white, and blue scheme, yeah. So very, very cool. And the instruction manual is printed in this very, very cool, modernized, grayscale kind of printing kind of manual. So let's put this all back inside, and then we'll take a look at more of the particulars of this on the outside. So here, it says here, this one's made in Japan. So technically, the shafts on this one should be better, higher quality, more possibly straight than the ones from the Philippines. So very, very cool. It's not a guarantee, of course, but it's possible that they are straighter than the ones made from the Philippines factory. So yes, so that's basically it. The carbon reinforced wheels, the 5-spoke black wheels, and the low frix small diameter tires. Those are the things that are like the key features, the cool features about this, and some people like the smoke colored body. So yeah, you get 3 things that are very, very cool in this kit. Yeah, and it's reasonably easy to find this, right? Like there will be like shops out there that will have this still in stock for the measly price of like $12 or so. So go out and get one if you can. I would say scoop them up quickly if you can, because the wheels and the tires themselves are basically like right there, that worth the price of the kit in itself. So basically it's like you're getting a free car with it. So that's pretty cool. So let's take a look at our last but not least kit. So I brought this out as a special kind of special show and tell, so to speak, because this is one of the first cars that I purchased in Mini4WD drive. So those of you who know me know that I raced this car in the past. I raced this at AAA, I raced this at Hobbytown, and I had changed it so that I would make it into a Toon Class monster. And yeah, this is the Thunder Boomerang, the W10. And those of you who know the car that I raced, it included aluminum wheels that were smaller than what you see here, super hard tires, and even low fricks at one point. And I had all this hardware in the back and the front. And yeah, this is a super competitive car. It was super duper fast because it was so lightweight. It didn't need much in the way of side dampers. So yeah, at that time when I first was racing this, I had no idea that you could even put side dampers on here. So I didn't even know about those stabilizer poles that I could have purchased. So I could have just bought those and I could have called it a day. But I didn't know anything about side stabilizers, so I was just running this with front and rear dampers, and it was like doing very well. So yeah, you can try that. You can experiment with that. On some tracks it'll be really, really fast, really, really good. On other tracks it might not fare so well. But yeah, I would say every car has its purpose. Every car can win on a certain track. You should never discount any car out there because you never know. You might have a track that you're racing on that your weird ass car will win on. Yeah, very, very cool. So this is another weird ass car. This is the Black Stalker. And when was this produced? This is made in Japan. Okay, so higher quality stuff. So 1997. That's approximately when I purchased this too. So I was out in Seattle, if you recall the days of my first introduction to Mini4WD drive. I was out in Seattle. I went to one of these, what is it? It was like an Asian market. And the stores, the shops in this Asian market were basically caged areas, 10 by 10 caged areas. And the person that was selling these things, he was selling things from Japan. So it was like a specialty Japan type shop that sold a lot of Gundam stuff. But back then I was just calling them mechanized robots because that's what I knew them as. I knew Battletech, so I just called them mechs, right? So they were selling mechs at the time. And they were also selling these cars. They had like 6 of them. And I bought the 2 that I thought were the coolest looking. And then the guy stopped me and he said, no, you have to buy a motor with that too. And I was like, buy a motor? Why isn't a motor included in this kit? No, you have to buy a motor. They don't come with motors. You have to buy a motor. So I said, okay, what's the fastest motor that you can sell me? And he said, no, you want this box stock motor, this white motor here? And I'm like, why would I want that when I can get this more powerful motor? It was a red end motor, black bell, red end motor, and it was like the original Hyper Dash. And he said, well, it's really fast. You have to be careful with that. I'm like, just sell me the motor. So I bought that motor. That was my first motor ever. And I built this car kit and I put the red motor in there and turned it on and went, boom, flew right out of my hand, hit my wall in my home and made a big dent in my wall. And I concluded, ricocheted all over the place too. I caught it and I turned it off and I put it back in its box and I didn't look at it for like 20 years. Yeah, more than 20 years. Very, very cool and not cool at the same time. And then when I opened up the box again just to check it out, I was like, I wonder if this will work. And I saw the corrosion with the batteries and I took out the batteries, cleaned out the contacts, and then I just put new batteries in and it worked again. And I was like, this still works. That's pretty cool. I wonder if there are any races that have these cars out there. Like I didn't know about racing in a track really. Like I started doing a little research on it and I found out that people raced these, but I didn't know that there was actually a track. So part of me, like my first video that I ever saw was one where people just like dropped them on the ground and they were racing against each other. And I think I saw somebody like trying to push them with hockey sticks or something. And it was like, this is what Mini4WD drive was all about. And then I continued doing research and I saw that there were actually tracks that you could put these cars on. And I was like, hey, there's an actual track you can buy for this? And do they? So you just turn them on and you put them in the track and they just go around and around in a circle? What fun is that? And then I saw the bigger tracks. I saw Hobbytown's awesome video. And they did this slow-mo of various cars, of like Toon Class cars, and they showed how these cars could jump off of hills and land, and it was all in slow-mo, it looked really cool, and it was like, this Hobby Town, where is this? Wait, it's like, not that, it's like an hour away from me. I should go there. And then I found out that they were doing these races at Hobbytown in Toms River. And that's how I got introduced to Mini 4-wheel drive racing. And that's where it all began, basically, with my like competitive racing forays. Yeah, and all the videos that followed from that. So that was pretty cool. Very, very cool. And yeah, this is technically one of the 2 kits that I purchased at the same time. And this is the Black Stalker. And I don't know why I chose the white one versus the black one to build. I have no idea. I think I liked the way this looked more so than this one. But I was intending on building this next. And then I thought to myself, you know, this is over 20 years old. It's probably worth something by now. And if anybody wants to buy it, I'm willing to sell it. But only so that I can purchase more kits, right? So it's not going to be cheap. But if you're really, really interested, you can contact me about this. It's going to be around $100. So yeah, this is like the original kit in pristine condition. And yeah, the box is in pristine condition. It's not like waterlogged or something. And here's all the original stuff. And here, the inside of the box, there you go. This should be proof to you that this is the original deal, right? So yeah, and here are the squishy tires. And the rear ones are wider than the front ones, just like this. And so yeah, if you race your car a lot, then your car tires will end up looking more like this than these shiny type tires right here. So then we've got this ABS plastic right here. Yeah, this is the Black Stalker. Yeah, very, very cool. Unopened. Very cool. And then we've got the chassis right here. Very cool. Yeah. What kind of chassis is this, huh? This is what? Is this Super? It's the predecessor to Super 2. I think it's Type 2 or something. I don't know. I knew like last year, because what I ended up doing was I bought like a replacement chassis for this. So this is not the original chassis. The original chassis broke. So I bought a replacement one, and this one also broke. So I have another one that I'm going to replace this with at some point so I can race it again. Because yes, I think racing old stuff in a modern way and winning is pretty cool. Yeah. Here are the stickers for the Black Stalker. Yeah, so they're just plain stickers. They're not metallic or anything like that. Here we have, we have 2 gears, right? 2 different kinds of gears. We have a black gear, 4:1 gear ratio, and we have that blue-green gear. So the black one mixes with the tan, there's a tan spur gear in there too. And then there's the blue and green one, and that's 5:1 gear ratio. Like I said, very few people race with 5:1 gear ratio these days, unless you can build like a very interesting car that, you know, like it's super fast, but you want to make it race around technical courses really well, then there's really like not too many people who really touch the 5:1 gears anymore. So yeah, but a lot of people do touch 4:1 and 3.5:1, of course. But yeah, so here are the rollers. Here's the, yeah, they're blue, and they come with little rubbers, as you see there. Yeah, O-rings. Very cool. And let's see. Yeah, a pretty long shaft right there, and these straight. Hopefully these are very straight, these shafts. So I remember purchasing reinforced shafts for Toon Class, and I remember every package of reinforced Toon Class shafts were always quite straight when I removed them from the package and tested them. And then suddenly, for whatever reason, like a year later, after I purchased a whole bunch of these reinforced shafts, whatever Tamiya did, their quality control was just totally down. I don't know what's going on with their quality control. Maybe it's better now, but just like 3 years ago when I was purchasing a lot of reinforced shafts, they were like more than half of them were not straight. And I was like, what is going on here? I'm paying good money for this, and I'm getting not straight shafts. It was just really mind-blowing. I was able to purchase silver steel shafts that Tamiya sold, 60mm, get them in a 10-pack, and almost all of them were straight. So I ended up using steel shafts instead of reinforced shafts for that reason. So here are the darn big wheels, yellow wheels right here. Yeah, ABS plastic. Or no, it's PP plastic. Yes, because most wheels are PP plastic. If you get ABS plastic wheels, it's pretty darn cool. So, yes, we saw the chassis, we saw the stickers, and oh yes, the end. Yeah, so this is the rear mount here where you put the rollers on the back too. So there's rollers in the front and the back, I think? Maybe not. No, maybe so. There are rollers in the front and back. Yeah, the rear rollers are kind of silly. They're just round discs. They're sort of like, they look very, I don't know if you can see that. They're very much like the rollers from like an MS car, like, what is it? That there's one that has a polycarbonate shell, and it has little rollers instead of the normal bigger rollers. And that's just severely underpowered, I think. But yeah, it's it's kind of interesting. But yeah, this kit here is for sale if anyone is interested. It's $100, and you'll get a pristine version of the Black Stalker. So for those of you who enjoy classic kits, this is pretty classic kit. So here, this is the Hyperdash motor that I purchased. This one right here, the Black Bell one. And yeah, it's lots of fond memories from that, yeah. So here's the two different gears that you can put in. 5-to-1, 4-to-1, very cool. And yeah, it's Super TZ, that's the chassis. That's the chassis type. So very, very cool. Big honking wheels on this. I don't know how this could win, right? So 4-to-1 gear ratio with bigger wheels, right? So I think you have to convert this directly to tune class. I don't think this will win a box stock car race these days. So yeah, but yeah, this is like a taste of yesteryear, 1997 copyright. Very, very cool. So yes, everybody, if you like this video, please slam the like button, subscribe to my channel. You'll see more videos just like this one. Until next time, everybody, see you. Bye.